Hi there, in this video we'll be learning how to do the questions on the sharing ratios. So sharing ratios is basically a topic when you have two or more than two things and you're trying to share that with the given ratios where sometimes the total amount is given but not in all the questions. So here we have got the first simple question and what it says that is a bag contains only green counters and the black counters in the ratios of 2 and 7. So I'm going to first of all write it down what are the two different things. So is a green color and there is a black color here and the ratios of them is a 2:7. How many counters are black? So what this is that there are the total of 45 counters in the bag. I always write down the total here on the side so I would remember that what is the total. So the total is 45. We do the total of the ratios, which is going to be 2 plus 7 would be 9. So this is the total parts we are having. In other words, it's easy for you. So this is like 9 of them. So where the 2 of them represents for the green color and where the 7 of them represents for the black color. So I'm going to use a black color for it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So this is what they're saying. The total is the 9 parts and you're dividing this 45 into 2 parts and 7 parts to find out how much is the 2 parts equals to. That would be the green counters. How much is the 7 parts equals to. That would be the black counters. So for that, first of all, we're going to find out how much is the 1 part for. So to find out how much is the 1 part for, you do 45 divided by 9 and that would be equals to 5. So each part is for 5 then. To find out now how many are the blacks, so the black has got 7 parts of these ones. So to find out the number of the black counters, so I'm going to write it down here. So the black counters would be, because black has got the ratio of 7, so 7 times 5 would be 35. So the number of the black would be 35. So here we have got the next example now. This is that a bag contains only the red, blue and the yellow counters in the ratios of 4, 6 and 11. So the 3 different counters is red, blue and yellow. The ratios of them is a 4, 6 and 11. Now there are 54 blue counters. So now I'm going to write down with blue is a 54 counters. We need to find out how many are the red counters. So this is different to the previous one because in the previous one we knew how much is the total, but here we don't know how much the total is. All we know that the blue has got 6 parts, so I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. This 6 parts represents how much is 54. So how much is the 1 part represents? So 1 part would represent, if you do 54 divided by 6. Now you check how many 6 makes 54 would be 9. So it means that 1 part represents for 9. Now we're going to see that red has got how many parts? Red has got 4 parts. So to find out how many are the red, we do 9 times 4, which would be 36 counters. Let's read the next one. A counter is taken at random from the bag. What is the probability that is a yellow? Now, first of all, the probability whenever we are finding out, we need to find out first of all how many is the yellow counters. Then we're going to find out what is the total in the normal cases. But with the ratios is really simple because you see that what is the ratio of the yellow counters, which is 11. And then you divide it by the total. So the total of them would be 4 plus 6 plus 11 would be 21. So you would have 21 here. So this is the probability of having the yellow counters in the bag. Next example, this is that Leo, Koch and Mai share some money in the ratios of 3, 5 and 8. I'm going to write it down. I always start the question by writing down the initial of the name. So there are the 3 names L, K and M. 3, 5 and 8 is the ratios of them. Koch receives 750 more than Leo. Because we don't know how much is the Leo, so cannot take that Leo has got X. Then to find out Koch, we say that it has 750 more than that. So it would be X plus 750. Now calculate the total amount of the money that they shared. So we are finding out the total amount of the money. So I'm going to highlight it. This is what we are looking for. I'm going to write it down. What's the ratio of the Leo is? Leo is X. Then this is that Koch receives 750 more than Leo. So that would be X plus 750. Okay. Now it's easy to understand like this. If I make 3 parts and what the 3 parts represents is X. Then I make the 5 parts, and how much is the 5 parts represents? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it represents x plus 750. Now we know that 3 parts, because whenever we did the ratios, we know that they are equally shared. So each box has got the same amount of the share. So if 3 boxes represents x, this 3 boxes represents x as well. So in other words, can I say that these 2 remaining boxes would be 750? So I can say that 2 parts equals to 750. I'm going to find out how much is the 1 part for. So half of 750, you do 750 divided by 2. That would be 325. So once you know that, so that would be 375. So 1 part is 375. Now we know that what's the 1 part is, which is 375. We need to find out the total amount that they shared. So it means I have to find out how much L will get, how much K will get, and how much M will get. I'm going to do one by one. So L has got 3 parts of it. So we do 3 times by 375. Then we know K has 5 parts of it. So 5 times 375. And then M has 8 parts of it. So we do 8 times 375. To find out the total amount, first we do 3 times by 375. That would be 1125. So this is 1125. The next is 375 times by 5. That's 1875. And the last is 375 times by 8. That would be 3000. Now this is that calculate the total amount that they shared. It means to find out the total, we add all the numbers together. So we do 1125 plus 1875 plus 3000. Adding all of them together would give the sum of 6000. So 6000 is the total amount.